Morning, everybody. I first want to announce that, uh, let's see, Gary Silverounce is offering to volunteer to do the work to put a blog up. And this would be maybe, I don't know, every 2 weeks or however often he wanted to do it. And they'd invite some of the better known people in the cult, silver cult, into to discuss things. And it would be a place where anyone could send in a question, and it would be live TV, or similar to live TV, which gives me, please go and look at Gary Silverounce, and you'll see this. And there's a little contest on there for a Merc time that I hope you find amusing. But that gives me the lead in to reality TV. I can remember back in the 40s, there were three channels, and some of them were only on for like 4 hours a day. And we sat in front of a little round blue screen about this big and all hunched over and couldn't wait for Saturday night or couldn't wait for Sunday night to watch the Ed Sullivan Show. I was like 5 at the time. But now we got hundreds of channels. Well, what do we got? We got nothing. And we got worse than nothing on some of them. And my particular issue I'm taking stock with this morning is Bigfoot. Now here we got the Discovery Channel, where people turn and they send their kids, plunk their kids down in front of it to learn something about the Earth or the universe or what goes on in a drop of water or what's at the bottom of the Marianas Trench. You know, that educational things. And what do? Night after night after night, and sometimes they have it on for the whole damn day, the search for Bigfoot. Now, what a bunch of crap. And you've got your poor kids sitting down watching the Discovery Channel, which you think is good, and these morons are out searching for Bigfoot. You know, of course, there's never been a fossil record. There's never been shit. These guys must eat each other. As soon as one dies, the other one eats him, and he goes on, and he takes the stem cells and makes one more of them when he's on his deathbed, and that thing eats him. Who the fuck knows? It's so crazy. And then you watch these other reality TV shows. And you know, Tom, I'm always speaking of the silver guy. Well, he had a friend that had, I forget what he had, that was of interest. And the channel, knew of this merchandise he had, and they knew that he wasn't going to sell it, but they flew him out to Vegas to show this like he accidentally just walked through the fucking door, knowing they weren't going to sell it, to fill in time and so show something unusual in the store. And then Chum, he just gets done signing a contract for $3 million, so he stays on the show. Chum, there was a thing on a video on where Chum's in downtown L.A. with hanging out with his friends, driving his Rolls Royce. Now, come on, it's such a farce. Uh, there's just example after example. Look at Storage Wars. How in the world do these guys always end up with these lockers? There's 100 people there, and four of them bid. All right. Now the guy that always goes, "Yep," right? He's suing them for $3 million because they dropped him from the show, and now he's doing a tell-all on how these things were planted in the locker. Even that little Volkswagen that Barry got that day that was covered up, that was a plant. That thing wasn't in that freaking locker. And how can these guys just go all over the place now? Storage Wars Texas, Storage Wars New York, and they're all setups. You know, I mean, it's so crazy that they're the cheapest show to put on as a reality TV show. Okay, now you take Gold Rush. Now this bearded fool takes his jiggulator, which I don't know what they call it, the one that washes everything and the gold falls out in. The first week he takes his jiggulator and he has this great new invention coming up in a couple of weeks. So he just knocks the old jiggulator apart and they loses 3 weeks. Who the hell's going to follow this moron anywhere, right? But yet he's running the crew. How much money these guys must be making on the side? They didn't show it this year, but they did a special side thing on it. But they brought their whole families up. You know, now this got to cost $1 million anyway, just to provide them all with trailers and take them into the backcountry of Alaska looking for gold. This is absolutely crazy. And then the families aren't seen, the kids ain't seen. You know, it's just so getting so ridiculous. It just doesn't make any sense. And most of these people, look at the Bering Sea gold. These poor fools are going to kill somebody, and 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 only one of them is doing any good at all. But how much it should have to be in the side notes how much these people are paid. Look at Survivor, fun program, but person that stays there 38 out of 39 days, you're not telling me that he's not getting paid something, you know. But that should be the demand. And reality shows how there should be a percent, a little sticker goes across the bottom, showing like they used to do on, oh, what was that MTV show where they went out for an interview and they did a voice. What do I want to say? The software that could pick up variations in your voice and say whether you were lying or not. Well, first they'll do that on the evening news, but secondly, they should have a little sticker or thing taped on, bzz, bzz, red's a lie, green's truth, and every time, these guys that dig up a piece of shit and they pull it out of a locker and they say, oh, that's worth $400. Says who? You say it's worth $400. Uh, Nobody else does. I mean, they're just so crazy. And what I'm afraid of is what's this is just doing to the kids, especially the stupid Bigfoot crap. Let's search for Bigfoot. Let's search for Sasquatch. Uh, let's go and see where the abominable snowman where he's hibernating for the winter. This is crap TV, and they should stick to what's actually going on in the world, especially when you call yourself the Discovery Channel.